For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Jackie Lundell is suing Carrie Blainfield in the amount of $2,700. Ms. Lundell claims her neighbor's big dog romped through her freshly paved driveway and says the defendant owes for the repaving.
Ms. Lundell, you are here suing your neighbor, correct?
Yes,
Ms.
correct.
Blainfield for $2,700, is that correct?
Your Honor.
Regarding the pavement of your new driveway.
Yes, the repavement.
Okay. The repavement. Tell me what happened.
I moved into the neighborhood about 2 years ago, immediately next door. And there have been a series of events where my enjoyment of my property and my quiet in the neighborhood has been interrupted by her dog and by her lack of being able to control her dog appropriately so it's not interfering with my property.
Interesting. Okay, so what kind of dog do you have, Ms. Blainfield?
I have a large golden retriever. His name is Max. He's
Okay,
7.
so golden retrievers by nature are very rowdy and love to
of
have
energy.
fun. But she's describing him as being just way too much, over the top.
She's full of it.
No.
She has unrealistic expectations of dogs in general.
That's not true.
Okay, all right. So then you're basically saying the dog was a problem. How was the dog a problem?
Yeah, so at night, the dog barks incessantly. The dog
Okay.
is constantly barking overnight, you
This
know.
woman goes to bed at 6 p.m. The dog is not barking all night. She's barking at squirrels in the evening.
Okay, all right. So let's try to get her story out. So you say the dog barks constantly,
the
24
dog
hours a
barks
day.
incessantly overnight is what I mean.
So
like
just
disrupting
overnight. So your
the peace.
complaint is that the dog
The dog
barks
overnight.
Okay.
The dog also comes onto my yard
Okay.
and defecates
All right.
regularly.
How often does that happen?
I'm going to say, a few times a month
Okay.
that
all
I
right.
can be sure of.
All right.
There's
perfect.
sometimes when I just see what's left and I don't know exactly when it happened, but it's still there.
And it could have been her dog. It could have not been her dog.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
All right. So, but you see it at least once a month.
Yeah.
So what else does the dog do that you're arguing it's a nuisance?
The main thing about the dog is, like I said, it's the barking. It's what I would argue is like a lack of reasonable care of keeping the dog either on her property, off of my property, not defecating on my property,
All right.
not barking overnight, those
Okay.
kinds of things.
So then, does he bark every night, overnight?
Not every night, but often.
So how
I'm gonna
what's
say
often?
I'm going to say a few times a month. The dog is barking
Have you
overnight.
ever called the city and complained?
No, I have not called the city. I'm trying to be a reasonable neighbor here.
So how
because
many
She rarely
months?
even
How
mentions
many
to
months
me.
has this been happening that you're trying to be reasonable?
It's been happening pretty consistently over the whole 2 years, different events like I've been describing.
Okay.
Now,
but the dog barking overnight has been happening for 2 years.
The dog barking overnight is more recent.
Okay. How recent?
I'm going to say within the last 6 months.
6 months. Any other complaints from neighbors that you know of about the dog barking?
I don't know of other
Any
neighbors.
other neighbors, Ms. Blainfield, complain to you about the
No
dog
one has
barking
ever
at night?
complained about the dog.
Barking at night?
No.
Really?
He only barks for appropriate reasons. He's a dog. I have him for protection. He hears a noise. He barks.
But she says he
It's
barks a
not
lot
incessant.
during the nighttime.
It's not incessant, and we don't have a problem with any
Do you keep
other
the dog
neighbors.
outside or inside?
No, the dog is inside.
All right.
We have an HOA in the neighborhood, and especially the last time that the dog pooped on my lawn, I thought I should have called the HOA. I didn't.
And why didn't you?
Because I wanted to resolve
Because
this
the poop
more
is never
peacefully
being
than
left
that.
on the lawn. I pick it up. It's not unreasonable to walk your dog. Your dog starts to go to the bathroom. I can't drag it down the sidewalk. I wait for him to go.
What is unreasonable, Ms. Blainfield, as a dog parent, that you're walking your dog along, oh, look, there's Jackie's lawn. Okay, go ahead. go to the bathroom. As much as I love dogs, that's not very respectful. Have them go to the bathroom in your lawn or on the sidewalk lawn. But when you are actually allowing him to little tiptoe and walk into her grass, that's just not cool.
That's not what's happening. He will trick me. He'll go to the bathroom on my lawn, and then he'll pop a squat on her lawn before I can pull him away. And then once he starts to poop...
You know, I pull my dog away all the time before he pops a squat on somebody else's lawn. I'm like, no, and he knows. Do you train him? Have you trained your dog?
Trained.
Coming up on Justice for All.
She is friendly with the dog, so of course the dog runs over to see her when she's outside.
That wouldn't be with an adorable golden
It's not a crime to be
retriever.
friendly to a dog.
So why wouldn't the dog want to go up and see her?
And later,
You still decided to go to the same place.
I did, yes, that's correct. I still decided to go in because, like I said, I had no problems in the past. I mean, the guy has a license.
But this day was raining and it was a little bit foggy.
It was a little rain and a little fog.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Jackie Lundell, who is suing Carrie Blainfield for the cost of repaving her driveway.
It's very simple to train them. So then basically
Can I say one
you're letting him go to the bathroom because you just can't, you just don't know how to stop him.
Once he starts to go, where do I pull him away? To the
You
sidewalk?
just pull him away. It's very easy. I've had my dog for 11 years. Very easy. I just did it this morning before I came to work, actually. Before I came here, if he wanted to go to the bathroom, he was going to go to the neighbors. I'm like, bro, nope, let's go. Let's get to the pavement. Tell me what happened to your driveway.
So about 6 months ago, I had finally saved up enough money to repave my driveway. It was in bad shape from the very beginning. When I moved in, it was in horrible shape. Repaved it, then it was the next day. So the cement was still wet. My driveway was still wet. The company says it takes 48 to 72 hours for cement to completely dry.
Sometimes
and
quicker.
it was roped off. You know, there was like, it was taped off so that it was
Are
clear.
your driveways literally right next door to each other or like adjacent to each other?
They're close, they're not immediately adjacent.
Okay, so there's space in between, property in between the driveways?
There's a little bit of space,
And they're
yes.
both unfenced.
Okay, all right. There's tape all around it? You saw her driveway?
There was not tape all around it. There were some cones and some string.
Did you know she repaved her driveway?
I didn't until...
You never saw it? They were working? I mean, you live next door and you
I'm
never
busy.
saw them?
I have kids. I'm taking them to soccer practice. No.
Okay, and then what happened, please?
Okay, this was the second day after it had been paved, so it was still wet. And I was out in my front yard. She pulled in, and you know, like I said, I like her dog. I like dogs. I saw the dog, I saw her, I knew they were there. Literally, like the next thing I knew, the dog is barreling towards my newly paved driveway.
Okay.
Running full speed. What's gonna happen? The dog is gonna end up on the cement. I know this is gonna happen. I tried, you know, both verbally and also like physically to try to prevent the dog from getting on my newly paved driveway. You know, but I'm not gonna put myself in front of a 70-pound golden retriever running at me. So I couldn't stop the dog. The dog ran onto my pavement, and there are now paw prints all over.
You bring pictures?
Yes, I do have a photo. I have evidence.
Was it so many paw prints that you couldn't just fix that section? Because sometimes they can come, special since it was done, they can just quickly I don't even know the technical terms, but they can quickly fix it.
As you can see in the photo, and this
You can
is just,
give it evidence to
this is just a section, you know, this isn't the entire driveway, but the dog was running around. So the dog made footprints all over the driveway.
Oh, I see. So they couldn't, there was no way the company could fix it.
The company said my option was to repave it. Redo the whole thing.
Really? Okay. Did they repave it?
They repaved it. It's now repaved. I have the invoice for that as well.
Let me see. Any other evidence? Do you have pictures of the before and after?
Well, the other, you know, I also, again, in trying to handle this right after it happened, I didn't want to end up here. I texted her and I said, hey, you know, that really, as you'll see, that wasn't cool.
What happened with the dog? So the dog just came barreling. Not my fault. You called the dog over. I'm not paying. So why do you think that the damage that was caused by Max, you shouldn't be responsible for?
This woman has set my dog up to fail. She's constantly interacting with him. She's developed a rapport with him. She's always petting him. She's always calling him. She is friendly with the dog. So, of course, the dog runs over to see her when she's outside.
Who wouldn't be with an adorable golden retriever?
It's not a crime to be friendly to a dog.
So why wouldn't the dog want to go up and see her? When she's calling my dog as I'm getting him out of the car. So you called the dog? Yes, four times she called the dog.
I guess
by name.
I wouldn't say I called the dog. I didn't say.
You say no, Max, don't.
I would, and then once the dog was running at me, I was like, no. You know, I was freaking out.
She was saying hi to the dog.
So did you call the dog when it was in the car?
I greeted the dog.
Yes,
what did you say?
Hey, Max.
Okay,
Max.
all right. That's just saying hi. All right.
Yes.
She's trying to interact with my dog. She's calling him, hey, Max, clapping.
I was just being friendly.
She's always being friendly with the dog. So why is she always so mad that he's coming up to her into her lawn?
Is this your first time ever having a dog?
No, we've had the dog since, it's my husband's dog.
Okay, so have you ever had dogs before?
Yes, I have.
You're not really paying attention to everything else that's running around you. Number one, you let Max go to the bathroom on your neighbor's lawn because you don't know how to control him and train him. That's not Max's fault. That's your fault. You let Max kind of run wild, bark at night. You know, sometimes dogs do that. Sometimes they don't. It's not his fault. It's your fault as the dog owner because you're not training him. So for me, it is evident that the dog damaged somebody else's property. Dogs are our property. We're responsible if they bite somebody, if they damage something, if they break somebody when you go to somebody's house. We're responsible because we're supposed to train them. So based on the evidence, I asked her, were you able to just repave part of it? Could you do something? No, couldn't even do it. So she had to repave her whole driveway. Therefore, you're responsible for the damage that the dog caused. It's just very simple, Ms. Blainfield. So based on that, I will rule in favor for the plaintiff. I will have the defendant reimburse you the $2,700 for the repavement. Good luck to you both.
Thank you. Thank you.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $2,700.
I'm really happy. I think that was the right decision. I'm happy that she's going to have to pay for my driveway.
I bet she's happy. That was ridiculous. I didn't have one opportunity to defend myself.
Coming up on Justice for All.
Didn't you think that was dangerous?
I did, but I didn't
Especially
think it was
since
as
so
dangerous
foggy?
as running into the oncoming traffic. I mean, he's turning into a one-way
How fast
street.
was he going?
30 miles an hour.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Gary Taylor is suing Vince Marquez in the amount of $850. Mr. Taylor claims the defendant made a wrong turn onto a one-way street and crashed into a curb during a test drive of his car and says Mr. Marquez should pay for the damages.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, I understand you were selling your car, private sale. Mr. Marquez came and test drove the car and he crashed it, right?
That's correct.
So you are suing him for the damages that you claim he committed in the car, right?
That's right.
All right, $850 worth. Why don't you tell me what happened?
He arrived in around 9:30 on Sunday. We got in the car.
9:30 in the morning?
In the morning, yes. We got into the vehicle. I was in the passenger seat, of course. He started to drive. I let him know that we'd be going into a woodsy type area, simply because it's more of an open area for him to get a full gauge on how the car reacts. You know,
Why not an empty parking lot?
It's more calm for one, and then for two, it's also open space as well. And then I did 3 test drives with this vehicle as well in the woods, and it went really good.
All right, what happened next?
We're driving. The weather that day was a little drizzly.
So you still decided to go the same place?
I did, yes, that's correct. I still decided to go in because, like I said, I had no problems in the past. I mean, the guy has a license.
But this day was raining and it was a little bit foggy.
It was a little rain and a little fog.
Okay, all right, so continue.
Anyway, he immediately makes a left turn into some oncoming traffic into a one-way street. And at that point, I did, immediately grab the wheel so that way we wouldn't hit into a collision. Because I did see lights in the distance coming. So
it was really foggy then?
It was foggy, but...
Did you think, okay, this is not a good day to do a test drive, and it's also not a good location to do a test drive because of the fog?
Yes.
Coming up.
I was in the middle of turning and he ended up grabbing the wheel, causing us to turn straight into a curb and causing a crash.
Okay, was there anybody coming in oncoming traffic when you made the left?
From what I saw, no.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Gary Taylor. who is suing Vince Marquez for property damage.
And when did you grab the wheel?
As soon as he got ready to make that left turn, I tried to, stop him from doing it,
So
but
he's
he did it
actually
anyway.
driving, making a right turn, and you grabbed the wheel. Didn't you think that was dangerous?
I did, but I
Especially
didn't think
since
it
it
was
was
as
so
dangerous
foggy?
as running into the oncoming traffic. I mean, he's turning into a
How
one-way
fast was he
street.
going?
30 miles an hour.
Okay. All right. So then why don't you give me your version of the story, Mr. Marquez?
We talked for a little bit, then we went for the test drive almost immediately. We drove for about 10-15 minutes at this time, and everything was going well, went all smoothly, there was no problems. We went up this slight hill into the wooded area, and then the fog started to dense up. It was hard to see through, and plus with the drizzle that was happening.
But he said the fog wasn't bad.
It was like when you would turn on your lights, the lights would reflect back into like the windshield, so make it like less visible. It was kind of dense.
Okay.
So it
That's
definitely
not
was
true,
hard
Your
to see.
Honor. That's not true. It wasn't
Okay.
dense.
Well,
It
hey,
was not.
listen, I asked you. You had a chance to explain to me, so now I'm asking Mr. Marquez. So the fog was bad in your opinion,
Yes.
but you still felt comfortable driving in it?
I was a little uncomfortable, and so I decided that I was going to try to pull over safely and make sure that we'd be okay. And I saw a street coming up, so I tried to make a left turn onto that street. I was in the middle of turning, and he ended up grabbing the wheel, causing us to turn straight into a curb and causing a crash.
Okay. Was there anybody coming in oncoming traffic when you made the left?
From what I saw, no.
Nobody. No lights, no nothing.
The only lights that were the street lights.
So no cars.
No.
So you were okay to make a left.
Yes.
And you were driving about 30 miles an hour?
Yes.
You crashed the car.
He crashed the car.
Okay. The car got crashed,
Yes.
and therefore you finished the test drive.
Yeah.
And what happened next?
We went to go look at the incident, and he felt that I was unresponsible to continue driving the car, so then he ended up getting into the driver's seat, and we had a really awkward, silent drive back to his place.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
You're both at fault. And let me tell you why. Don't look at me with those cute little eyes like that. You can open them, yeah, you can open them. Maybe the other two test drives went okay because it wasn't raining and it wasn't foggy. But you decided to have this. Number two, you grabbed the wheel. That is a huge no-no in any circumstance. You do not grab the wheel when somebody is trying to drive. Do not do it. Now, Mr. Marquez, you are at fault as well because you were driving the car, period. You were both at fault. So based on the evidence, Mr. Taylor, I will grant your claim only in half of $850, so $425. Mr. Marquez, you will have to reimburse Mr. Taylor that amount of money because you were equally responsible for this crash. Okay? Okay. Next time, be careful, speak up, be smart. Okay? Good luck, gentlemen.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $425.
I feel vindicated. I mean, I got, at least half of my portion.
I would like to say that I don't believe I really owed you that much money, but I'll do what I can because I guess I was in the wrong too.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.